Okay, Congressman, we're 2.5 weeks after the straw poll, and somebody who didn't even compete in it seems to have all the momentum in the race. Are you surprised Rick Perry is doing so well this quickly?
Well, not necessarily surprised, because America is always looking for who's the other candidate, somebody that's not in the race. They always think that there's somebody out there that's more presidential. It happened with George Bush when there was a plane that was chartered to fly to Texas and to recruit George Bush to run for the presidency. It's happened at other times too. So he's caught the crest, and he's sitting there now with and now people start to look at his record. And it's hard for Rick Perry now to gain any more votes. His job is going to be to hold the support that he has, while Mitt Romney is going to be pushing on him, and Michelle Bachmann, especially those three, and of course the other candidates are legitimate too.
You said several months ago that you felt in 2007 when you endorsed Fred Thompson, you felt like you could have made a bigger impact if you had done it sooner, and that you would endorse after the straw poll. Do you have a timeline now for when you might choose a candidate if you're backing?
One of the things is that we have scheduled a debate in South Carolina that takes place on Labor Day, September 5th, and it's taken a lot of work to put that together. It goes back to clear back last January when we created this idea that we wanted to bring Jim DeMint to Iowa and use the two of us as constitutional conservative bookends to essentially frame this presidential debate and keep the candidates within the parameters of constitutional principles, first principles. And so we did bring Jim DeMint to Iowa on March 26th. We had a successful event. We helped organize a debate in New Hampshire. Jim DeMint came to that. He and I shared the stage and had some comments there. And then now we have the South Carolina event coming up. I have to get the other side of that before I can make a decision. And part of this is having a level of legitimacy to be able to ask questions of these candidates and not have them viewed as loaded questions or comments about them that are designed to influence the nomination process versus the information. And I think it's important that these candidates go through the crucible of the nomination process. It will make them a better president. If you just reach out into the normal walk of life and pick the person that is the best nature and nurture to be president of the United States and plunk them down in the middle of the Oval Office, they will not have gone through the nomination process, all the debates, all the tests in the general election, and they will not be as good a president as they will be after they go through the process. So I want to encourage the process, and then I want to encourage the one I think will make the best president.
A lot of people are assuming, because you're so close with Michelle Bachmann, that will be your ultimate choice, but you were good friends with Tom Tancredo 4 years ago as well.
That's true, and Tom and I talked about it a number of times, about that endorsement. And Tom is a good friend. He was a good friend then. He's a good friend today. I expect he will come to Iowa to hunt pheasants with me this fall, and I look forward to that. He's a good shot, too. And Michelle Bachmann is a good friend and a close friend, and I have great respect for all of the skills that she brings to the table. And yet, this is about the President of the United States. It's not about friendship. And so, as tough as the decision will be to make, I have to do the right thing that I think is right for the country.